Water is the one thing that all life on Earth has in common. Without water, we and everything that we know would not be here. The connection between people and water has existed as long as people have been around, and will remain until people are no longer here. We use and interact with water every single day, and the water continues to look out for us. However, we need to look out for the water as well. Pittsburgh's history of manufacturing and industry, combined with Pennsylvania's extensive agriculture and hydrocarbon industries, have left local rivers and waterways in a state of disrepair. The disastrous condition of the three rivers have turned one of Pittsburgh's greatest resources into one of its biggest problems. However, many organizations across the state and country are working to address the issues of pollution in our water. At the Audubon Society of Western Pennsylvania, I worked alongside scientists and community members alike to address issues of water quality and pollution in the Buffalo Creek watershed. Buffalo Creek watershed is a tributary to the Allegheny River watershed and is situated in the mostly rural Butler County. While the water I was dealing with was not yet urban, just a short trip down the watershed takes us into the Allegheny and the heart of Pittsburgh. The water I worked with on a daily basis ended up in the Allegheny River in just a matter of hours. As a result of this, anything that happens in the Buffalo Creek watershed affects the Allegheny and then the Ohio and all downstream communities and ecosystems. I interviewed the Buffalo Creek watershed coordinator, Danielle Ryle, who gave us some insight on the work she is doing.
My name is Danielle Ryle, and I am the watershed coordinator here at the Audubon Society of Western Pennsylvania. So in 2019, we did a study on Buffalo Creek and found that it was 10.5% more impaired than it was in 2008 when we originally did the study. And so I was brought on to figure out what's going on and bring partners together so that we can hopefully get Buffalo Creek back to what it once was. A watershed is just defined by a drainage area, and those drainage areas can be big or small. And so actually the Buffalo Creek watershed is part of the Allegheny River watershed, which is part of the Ohio. And so just like anything, if any system, if there's a problem in one, it impacts the other. So if the water quality in Buffalo Creek is bad, then it's going to affect the water quality in the Allegheny, which could affect the water quality in the Ohio, and eventually through the Mississippi and then the Gulf of Mexico. So that's why it's so important to start with these smaller watersheds, because they are more manageable, and then we can go from there and work on main stems of bigger, larger watersheds like the Allegheny. We have done a lot of baseline water quality data, meaning water chemistry. We've done some fish and macro surveys as well. Hopefully next year we'll be getting into the more in-depth hellbender and freshwater mussel surveys to kind of get those records up to date. And then we've also been doing some stream bank restoration and riparian buffer plantings to help improve the stream as well.
Through the work of people like Danielle, our communities are striving to fight water pollution and improve the quality of our water all across the area. My work with Audubon has introduced me to many facets of watershed management. Water quality is sampled regularly, and important ecology and indicator species are studied to learn as much as possible about the watershed. Sampling organisms like fish and macroinvertebrates from the stream allow us some insight on the health of our water and the things that may be impacting it. Through work such as stream bank restoration projects and riparian buffer plantings, the health of our stream has visibly improved, with significant reductions in sediment and other pollutants entering our water. However, projects on any scale work to make a difference when it comes to our water. Removing invasive species and replanting with natives, the implementation of rain gardens, and the use of rain barrels all serve to reduce stress on our water system and improve the quality of our water.
So I hope that eventually we can get Buffalo Creek back to what it once was, or even better. But in the process of doing that, we, like I said, have been putting in some stream bank restoration projects. One most recently is above our center, and it saves about 10.5 tons of sediment a year from getting into the stream. And we are doing another one on the upper reaches of the watershed, and that saves about 22 tons a year. So if we continue doing that along with our partners, I think that we can bring down the sedimentation level, which is one of the biggest pollution culprits in the watershed.
Through the efforts of Audubon and other similarly minded organizations and community members, I'm confident that we can improve the health of our water for all to enjoy. A strong community that is grown from a healthy environment is the basis for a sustainable future, and in order to grow our community, we'll need plenty of clean water. Thank you.